Hello world, welcome, happy Wednesday, happy everything. This is Real Deal, the entertainment news show that talks about all the crazy crap that went on during the week. I am your quasi-handsome host, Andrew Fantasia. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you enjoy this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and give some love to that subscribe button as well. Let's dive right into this puppy. First big thing on the menu is kind of a bummer. It looks like, now this is just rumor at this point, so take this all with some heaping helpings of spice, but it looks like Disney may in fact be not just firing James Gunn from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but scrapping his entire script. Ouch. The script has been ready for a while now, and production was supposed to be slated to happen very early next year, but now that might not even be the case if these reports are to be believed. Christopher Mark, who is the co-founder and editor-in-chief of Omega Underground, took to Twitter recently to share this rumor. Now again, he also stresses that they are just rumors, but he says sources are telling him that, quote, Marvel Studios may have indeed tossed out James Gunn's script for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, if this is the case, and I hope it isn't, but if this is the case, this is a bummer, man. I mean, aside from the Orwellian politics of this whole debacle, which we don't have time to get into here right now, what this means, if this is in fact true, is that the production schedule for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to be delayed. As of right now, there are only two movies that have slated release dates in Marvel Phase 4, and that's Spider-Man Far From Home and Guardians 3. Guardians 3 is expected to come out in May 2020. Now, it doesn't look like they're going to be rolling cameras early next year, which means that it doesn't look like we're going to be getting Guardians 3 as soon as we would like it. Granted, this is why Kevin Feige has been so iffy on telling us what Phase 4 is, as opposed to, back before Phase 2 was even done, we had Phase 3 all slated out for us on that nice big screen at the El Capitan Theater. It was very wise of Feige and company to be more secretive with this because of things like this. And still, look, all these little nuggets that we had for Phase 4 were just those two release dates, and now already one of them is close to being compromised. It just speaks to the wise decision that they made to keep everything under wraps until the time was right. Again, without getting too much into the politics of everything here, I, for one, am one of the people who believe that there is a very big hypocrisy in firing a particular director for sins of his past after he made them such a beloved movie about a group of people trying to overcome the sins of their past. But having said that, I just hope that the best emerges from all this. I hope we get the best possible Guardians Volume 3 that we can possibly get, but if this script is being tossed out, I think that might just be a step in the wrong direction. But hey, what do I know, right? Speaking of Spider-Man Far From Home, it looks like two more cast members have been added to the list, and they are not just any other cast members. Please put your hands and claws together for Samuel L. Jackson and Kobe Smulders, who will be reprising their roles once again as Nick Fury and Maria Hill in Spider-Man Far From Home. I gotta be real here. I'm glad they're going to be in it, but I wish they hadn't told us this so soon. I wish I didn't know the futures of all these characters. I mean, we still have another Avengers film to get through first. I wish I didn't know that so many of them were going to be around in Phase 4, if you know what I mean. Of course, I'm happy that they're going to be in it. I mean, Nick Fury is Nick Fury. It's always entertaining when he's on the screen. Kobe Smulders is amazing. As far as I'm concerned, she is the second most beautiful woman in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and any excuse to see Kobe's Maria Hill is A-okay in my books. Yes, please. What this tells me about Far From Home is that Spider-Man's all that traveling that he's going to do is probably going to tie into S.H.I.E.L.D. now. Maybe Chameleon or Mysterio or whoever this villain is going to be is threatening national security. And S.H.I.E.L.D's like, we ain't having that. Spider-Man, go fight this guy who has a fishbowl on his head. Take care of him for us. And Spider-Man's like, yeah, all right, I'm helping. And fun happens from there. That's how I see this rolling out. What do you think? What do you think Maria Hill and Nick Fury are going to be doing in Spider-Man Far From Home? In one of the cartoons, I think it was called Ultimate Spider-Man, Spidey was full-on a employee of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Nick Fury sent him out on missions. That was a fun cartoon too. So maybe this is something along those lines. Who knows? Phase 4 is such a mystery. It is so up in the air, it is practically in the atmosphere. Oh, sorry, you need to know what time it is? Well, let me just check my watch here. I don't even need to check my watch because I know exactly what time it is. It's morphin' time. That's right, since Hasbro has announced their own sort of media platform and they wanted to create all these movies under their own umbrella and everything, people have been a little bit concerned about this Power Rangers franchise, which, yes, did not make a whole lot of money, but people really liked it. And guess what? The toys sold more than the box office results. The toys made a lot of freaking bank. And Hasbro likes that toy money. So thankfully for all of us fans of the Power Rangers movie, Hasbro has gone ahead and confirmed that they are developing a sequel to Power Rangers. Under their new banner of AllSpark Pictures, Hasbro has announced that they are going to be working closely with a film studio of indeterminate origin to work on the sequel to the 2017 Power Rangers flick. I'm happy. That movie was a dopey good time. It was fun on the bun. There were robots, there was a gold thing, and there was Krispy Kreme donuts. Enough said. I want a sequel, you want a sequel, a bunch of other people want a sequel, and we are getting a sequel. Now, this is in the very early stages. All they've said is, yeah, we want to make the sequel, so it's not like they've, drawn up spec sheets or production art. There's no script yet. This is going to be a long time coming. Don't expect to see this any sooner than 2021. That's my guess. We don't even know if they want to fast track it or not, but I would imagine they would. I mean, more people are clamoring for Power Rangers than they are for Transformers, I'll tell you that right frickin' now. The 2017 movie was one of the surprise hits of the year for me. Probably the biggest surprise hit. And I can only imagine what kind of crazy shenanigans we can dive into from here now that we've established this world and its rules. So yes, please bring on Power Rangers 2. Just please don't call it Turbo, a Power Rangers movie this time, because we could do a whole video about everything that's wrong with that title. And I can only hope that this kickstarts an illustrious career for AllSpark Pictures. Are you a very busy person who, just can't get to the movies every other week? With so many blockbusters coming out, you're just like, listen, I have kids, I have whatever, I have jobs, I can't be going out to the movies. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to wait for Avengers Infinity War to come out on Netflix. Are you the kind of person who says that? That's totally fine, my friend. I feel you. However, the clock is ticking for you. Because Disney plans on launching their own streaming service at some point in 2019, we don't have a release date yet. Obviously, there's going to be a point where Disney stops licensing their movies to streaming venues such as Netflix or Hulu. Now, right now on Netflix, you can watch a whole crop of Disney films from, Big Hero 6 to Thor Ragnarok, to Star Wars, everything is on there. And I'm sure Infinity War is going to be coming on there in a few weeks because that is about to hit home release. Well, Disney's made the official announcement that because their streaming service is due next year, that is about to end. According to the reports, Captain Marvel, which will release in March, so it's going to have a home video release for somewhere around, I want to say, July. Captain Marvel will be the last Disney movie that gets streamed on Netflix. After Captain Marvel, every Disney film that comes out will stream directly to their own streaming service whenever that happens to become a thing. So if you're catching up on Marvel online instead of hauling your butt to the movie theater, you have until Captain Marvel to get caught up before everything shifts over to Disney's new platform, and you're going to have to cough up however much they charge. Sidebar, it'll be a lot to watch the material there. Now, I've always been more of a DVD guy. When it comes to Marvel movies, especially in, Star Wars and the big ones that I love, I go out and I buy the DVD when it comes out. And I understand not a lot of people like to do that, and not a lot of people want to pay, $30 for a movie when they can just have it there on a streaming subscription that's like $7 a month. That makes perfect sense. You guys are smarter than me. I waste my money on this crap. But because I waste my money on this crap, this doesn't affect me as much. Also, Disney is promising Star Wars shows, live action shows, on their streaming service. So this guy is subscribing to that. Even if that was all they were doing on that service, I'd be subscribing to that. So if you are perfectly happy with Netflix and you don't want to spend more money on more streaming platforms and other subscriptions and crap like that, then Captain Marvel is your last chance to catch a superhero flick from the House of Mouse in the comfort of your own home before you'll either have to pony up for the new platform or watch it in the theater. By the way, Disney, you still haven't gotten back to me. You're looking for a title for the service. A stream is a wish your heart makes. Just give me like 20 grand and you can have that. Have your people call my people. A month from now, we are going to see the theatrical release of the movie City of Lies, starring Johnny Depp. In the movie, Depp plays a detective who is investigating the decades-old case of the mysterious murder of Notorious B.I.G. Now, this sounded like a cool movie. I like, these true stories of crazy shit that happened when I was too young to understand what crazy shit was. This movie is slated to come out, like I said, next month. However, scratch that. I lied. City of Lies is being pulled a month before release. No official statement has been made as to why. Everybody so far is in the dark about this. It's just that City of Lies was coming out in September, and now it is not. Of course, the big, obvious answer to the question is that Johnny Depp is not the most popular guy in the world right now. Between reports that he domestically abused his ex-wife Amber Heard, to other reports that he allegedly struck the location manager on the set of City of Lies, and all this crazy crap that's been going on with this dude, apparently that's the main concern, is that the studio just is afraid that this movie is not going to pull in the money. A lot of people are not fans of Johnny Depp right now, and if they're not fans of Johnny Depp, they're not going to pay money to go to a movie theater, sit down, and watch him pontificate in the dark for 2 hours. And if they're not going to pony up that money, then guess what? The studio has just wasted a shit ton of money distributing this film to those same movie theaters. I can see the logic behind that. Now remember, this is not officially why they're cutting the film. It's not been said yet. But if that is the case, it is kind of a strange case, because Warner Brothers has The Crimes of Grindelwald coming out in November, and that is going to be very Depp heavy. Disney is apparently still making Pirates of the Caribbean 6. That's still a thing they want to make with Johnny Depp. So that's fine and dandy. Remember that thing I said about hypocrisy earlier? Zing! We won't really know for sure until they decide to give an official release, but whatever the reason, City of Lies, which I was planning on seeing, is now being pulled from the release schedule. So sorry, Notorious B.I.G., but your murder is going to have to be a mystery for a little while longer. But that's it for me this week. That's it for Real Deal. Please hop into the comments. Let me know what you think of all this craziness. There's a lot of stuff to chew on this week, and some of it is not very positive, which I really don't like. I love when Real Deal is just me gushing and being like, oh my god, guys, this is coming out, and this is coming out, and this person got cast in this. I love when it's like that, and most of the time it is. But this was one of those weeks, and it's gloomy outside too. I had to turn on the house lights, which is why I look very yellow. So it is just a gloomy day full of gloomy news about canceled films and canceled scripts and fired people, and expiring contracts, and general unpleasantness. Here's hoping that the next Real Deal is a much more positive one. I will see you then. My name is Andrew Fantasia, and until next time, my friends, adios.